It's your boy ChronicTurbo. Today we are reviewing a 2026 Ram 1500. This is the Bighorn, and it is in this nice Serrano green metallic paint on the exterior. I know I did this colorway before on the RHO review that I just did recently. This review is not going to be as long as, Rams tend to be pretty similar, to be honest. If I did the review before on a different trim, I might point out different things, but honestly, there's not much else different other than, certain features that might be available only on this one, which is not really done. But let's go ahead and get into review. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, let's get right into it. 2026 Ram Bighorn. As you can see, this Serrano green metallic is very nice to look at. Like I said, it's the same color that I showed you on that RHO review that I did not too long ago. You can go check that out. I just uploaded it like in the last week, so it'll be pretty easy to find. I don't have a ton of videos, but you do have gloss black going around the trim right here. Very muscular hood as well. Typical Ram styling. Been updated since 2018, so if you've seen a Ram since then, they pretty much all look the same, unless you're talking about the Classic. The Classic does have a bit of different styling, or the TRX or the Rebel. They have a little bit more muscular look to them. And of course, you have some fake venting right here. I wish this was open air, to feed more air into the engine and to make this design come full circle. But I like what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the brand more premium, and I could definitely agree that it's long overdue. You do have full LEDs on the headlights, and you have fog lamps down here as well. Fully blocked out on the lower grille, which is a bummer, but I guess you can let that slide. This is not a performance vehicle. You do have a 5.7 liter V8 on this one, which is nice. And of course, you got your Ram logo right there, flat black. Everything on the grill is flat black except for these inserts right here, which could have been air ducts, to be honest. But that's pretty much it for the front of the vehicle. We're going to see this 1500 with the eTorque system. So, that little extra boost that you get from that electrical motor that's in there. But it still has a 5.7 liter V8. Don't let that fool you. That's why we had this badge right here as well. You see that on a Ram, you have a fire-breathing V8 under the hood. And you guys know the Rumblebee is back. We're going to have the 6.4 finally in the Ram. Hopefully that trickles down to the rest of the lineup. Only time will tell. I don't put it past Dodge to eventually do it, though. They're pretty good at pleasing us when it comes to giving us what we ask for. Eventually. They may take their time and lose their way at first, but they'll give it to us eventually. And of course, down here to the wheels, we have a pretty damn decent tire setup. 275s, you're talking about 20 inches on both the front and the rear. So that's pretty damn awesome. You have gloss black on the mirror caps with your turn signals right there. Flat black all right here. And flat black at the bottom, so you won't have to worry about rock chips, at least on the bottom portion of your mirror. You got your blind spot monitor system in here as well. And you do have a little puddle lamp. So that's actually pretty cool. Flat black on the outside pillars, and you do have keyless entry, remote start. Pretty much anything you expect on a 2026 full-size truck, at least in today's world. I can't really speak on, a couple years ago. But I think it's pretty well optioned. Go ahead and step back and let you get a good look at the side of this vehicle. Doesn't sit as aggressive as the RHO. It's in the same color, but you can see the difference between the two vehicles. Want that TRX styling? Get the RHO. I know you may not be into the high output, Turbo 6, but you got to understand that truck is a beast. It's still classified as a performance truck. Doesn't have a gnarly V8 like this one, but want something that has the looks and the capability, get it. What do you have to lose? Well, other than the sound. But go ahead and come to the back. You got your Bighorn logo right here. Nice and embossed in flat black. Sticks out pretty nicely. Of course, typical Ram right there in the middle. Pretty bold. You have gloss black on the tailgate handle right here with your rear view camera. 5.7 foot bed. It is not lined, but this color is actually it's so striking. I know it's called metallic, Serrano metallic green, but it's like an emerald green. You have to see it in person. It is really beautiful. I love it every time I see it. You have your trailer connection right here. Some more in there right there. Boom. Nice and large exhaust tips. Of course, I'm going to play a clip for you so you can hear how that sounds. Sounds. It's pretty damn nice. You can't beat that 5.7 liter V8 sound, man. It's absolutely incredible. That's probably the only reason I would take this over the RHO. Now, they replaced the RHO engine with the 6.4, which I recommend they do. Then we'll actually be talking about something. But that's enough for back here. You don't have the step that you usually see on some of the other Ram models. As you can see right there, there's a little step that normally folds out. You don't have that on this particular trim. But that's fine. Let's get into the actual dimensions of the vehicle while we're already out here. But we're talking about overall length is 241.8 inches. Wheelbase is 153.5, which is between the wheels. Overall width is 82.1. Height is 77.5 inches. And honestly, curb weight, 5,300 pounds. That's a big boy. That's a pretty big boy. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and pop that hood, and then we're going to talk about the horsepower specs and what you got going on up there. All right, here we are with that beautiful 5.7 liter HEMI V8 with the eTorque option, of course. 395 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. Made it with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Of course, this is not 4x4. This is a 4x2. Doesn't have that particular option on here, even though it is available. If you want it, you can have it. But it's a beast of a truck. You know, towing capacity, 11,470 pounds with a max payload of about 1,734 pounds. I think you do pretty well with what you get. Give you a better look, let you look around a little bit. But damn, this is a brand new truck, by the way. You know, we'll get into pricing once I hop inside, you know, get up front, and I'll look at the window sticker for you guys. But we'll talk about all that once we get in there. All right, we're going to go ahead and hop into the back seat. But first, let me show you some of the storage that you have in here as well. Typical Ram fashion, you do have storage right here on both sides with some tie down hooks right there on the side. Fully carpeted mat. Lift the seats up. No actual storage bins underneath like you see on some of the other Ram models, but you still could tuck stuff underneath. It just won't be very secure, but that's pretty fine with me. But as you can see, we have an included step. It's just not retractable, so it will hit your shins from time to time. Let's go ahead and step right on in. Pretty decent step in height. I'm 6'1", so it's easier for me than probably most people. I'm a little bit above average when it comes to height. AC vents. Back here, you have your Type-C ports. Full home outlet down here as well, as you can see. Full cloth seats, fully enclosed mat pockets. No hardback on the back of the seats. No sunroof, no panoramic, nothing. Just a black hairliner, which is okay. As long as it's a black hairliner or a colored hairliner, I'm fine with that. That beige stuff, y'all can have it. It gets dirty, it gets ugly. Go ahead and click on this right here. You do have LED lighting for the rear, which is dope. Nice little clothes hanger right there. Screw over a little bit. Hard touch right there. You have a nice plastic material along with some cloth running right here. Then you have soft touch leatherette material. It's not real leather. This is a leatherette like material. Very soft. You can tell there's some foam underneath. This is also like a soft touch plastic. And then it's all hard touch down here at the bottom. One of your speaker grills for that 9-speaker Alpine system with a subwoofer, of course. But I mean, not much to talk about in the way of the back seat other than like a ton of space that you have. I'm sitting behind myself. plenty of leg room. I can spread out back here. You can lift up the seats, have even more room. You can lay down on your lunch break or anything like that. Let me go ahead and sit straight up. I'll go ahead and show you my headroom. I got a pretty decent amount of headroom as well. I'm a big guy, so I'm comfortable. That says a lot. And boom, got enough space for actually a small adult and a full-size adult to sit right over there on the other side. So I don't think anybody will be complaining being back here. Some more of your speakers up top for that 9-speaker Alpine system. I mean, it's a truck. It's meant to do what it's meant to do. This ain't luxury. Well, maybe it is. But let's go ahead and hop up front. We'll talk about some of the features and tech that you get in this vehicle. All right, here we are. We're up front in this beautiful 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. And we're going to talk about pricing. This one, as option, is $61,635. Now, they do have a base price of $50,030, but this has some additional options, you know, like the Bighorn package, 27Z, Night Edition, Level 2 Equipment Group, all these different things that come with it. You know, this display right here, you have this big boy right here. This is 12 inches right here as well. I mean, what can you really ask for? All of it is just chef's kiss. 12-inch display for the center console, 12-inch display for the driver display. You can't beat it. You do have an optional 10-inch display that is available, but you don't have it on this one, but you can get it. But for now, we do have this little storage right here. You can put your family protector in there. You have some more storage down here. It's not lined with felt, but it is damp, and it does feel pretty solid. As for the materials, this is hard touch plastic. The whole dash, hard touch plastic. I'm not even gonna knock around too much. We do have another one of those Alpine speakers right there. Here's your shift knob. Typical Ram fashion. It's been like this for a long time. At this point, just stop crying about it. It's not going anywhere. We know it's not. Dodges and Ram are pretty good at changing things when they want to, and if they took this long to change it, they're probably not going to change it. AC vents, nice and large, throws a pretty good amount of air. I mean, I'm satisfied. Leather wrap steering wheel, very nice and beefy horn, but it is hard touch plastic. It doesn't feel very premium for the airbag cover, but that's okay. But the steering wheel does feel pretty nice. It's pretty beefy, feels good in your hands. And of course, you have your directional buttons right here. You know, you have your hands-free voice control, but you can flip through with these directional buttons for the screen and everything. You can change the look and feel of what you're looking at. Your cruise control settings right here with your gear limiter, boom, 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 and your different drive modes. So you can switch. You got sport, auto, snow, tow. It's like it's very rudimentary, if you ask me. You know, it's simple stuff that you always have no matter what on like these Ram trucks. So it's pretty much anything you would expect. Nothing too crazy. Of course, your headlight controls are over here. You do have auto up down on the driver and passenger window, but not for the rear. That's okay. Door handle does feel pretty nice. It is plastic, but it's pretty solid feeling. It's the same thing for the rear. You do have more of that plastic trim with the cloth right there. Same thing with the, you know, the fake, you know, leather right there. Soft touch plastic and then hard touch plastic all at the bottom. Soft touch plastic up here at the top. And I think it's okay. You do have a wireless charger right there. You just sit your phone in there and it does start charging. My phone doesn't always catch it because I have a crazy case, but as you can see, it actually caught. So it does work pretty well, even through this nasty case that I have on there. Can slide this back, get a ton of storage. You can sit one of those big 1-gallon jugs right there and just have it sitting there if you don't want to use a small cup holder. So you got plenty of space for that, or one of your industrial lunch boxes. You do have 2 Type A's and 2 Type C ports with your aux cable connection right there. If you're a little bit old school like me, 2 cup holders. You do have some more space. I got my microphone holder case in there right now. You know, some coin slots for your quarters, you know, your dimes, nickels, and everything like that. That's actually what that's for, guys, just in case you didn't know. And then, of course, we open up this massive amounts of storage. And like I said, it can slide back. But look at all that space. And then, of course, you got some Easter eggs, which are different Ram models in there. So that's pretty nice to look at. And then some, you know, unit of measurements for you too, right? I mean, guys, not a whole lot. Like I said, this review is going to be a lot quicker. You can open and close your rear window with that. So it is power sliding. So if you go fishing and you want to stick your rods through there or anything like that, or if you got dogs and they want to stick their head out, you don't want them to jump out, you got that. You do have another 12-volt outlet up here and some more storage. What would you put up there? It's up to you. Ain't got nothing to do with me, but it's up to you. Uconnect 5 system. I mean, need I say more? I'm not going to play around with it too much because it is kind of overdid at this point, but it's amazing. The Uconnect 5 system is my favorite on the market. Point blank period. I do not work for Dodge, technically, or Ram, or any Mopar, but I believe when it comes to tech, they've been pretty on point for these past few generations. Well, years. I wouldn't say generations, but these past few years, they've been pretty on point. They were the first to make the upscale truck interior. You know, it started with the 2018 Ram Limited when it dropped, and then everybody just followed suit, you know, with this big massive screen. Now everyone has a large screen in their pickup trucks, but Ram is the one that started it all. And a lot of you guys don't respect that. You know, you always have something bad to say about Ram. I love all vehicles, so I find something nice to say about them all. But that's pretty much it for this, guys. Like I said, it's your boy ChronicTurbo. Love you. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. Peace.